guys, it's Lauren Garcia here for Crimson Serenity, and not too long ago I just reached 1,000 subscribers. Right now I have far more than that. It's been a while, but I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed and showed their support for me. I am deeply touched and forever grateful. I'm at the Fort Tryon Medieval Festival and I'm standing in the foreground of the cloisters here in Manhattan. I thought it was a perfect setting to say thank you. You guys rock. You're awesome and I'll forever love you for that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Join in the family. And while you're at it, ring the notification bell. Hello everybody. Happy holidays and happy Gothmas for you Goths out there. The video you saw before happened back in September, the end of September. Yes, I've been on a hiatus for quite some time. If you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have. But I'm here now. I'd like to apologize to all of you for the hiatus. It was unintentional, trust me on that. The last video was back in late August and I was about to reach 1,000 subscribers and I wanted to make a thank you video to everybody who subscribed. But stuff happened. You know, we had a death in the family. One of my father's brothers passed away unexpectedly. And then on happier notes, we just had a lot of other stuff going on with our lives. There was New York Comic Con, there was a Fort Tryon Medieval Festival. For those of you who don't know, my brother is a former contestant on the American reality TV show called Survivor. He was on Survivor Cook Island back in 2006. And as a result, he gets to go to a lot of charity events that are reality show related. And do a lot of podcasting. So sometimes I get to go with them to some of the events here in New York City. And so I had those things, you know, on my plate. And then there's just other things, you know. My father's full-time caregiver, so I have to take care of him, take him to doctor's appointments and other things. Then there are the issues of not being able to film in my apartment. It's not an easy feat to do. I live in New York City, like I just mentioned, and it can be very noisy, extremely noisy. I have very noisy neighbors. Let me put it to you this way. 1 week, and this happens often, 1 week for like for 4 days straight, they were partying from 5 o'clock in the afternoon till 9 o'clock in the morning the next day. Okay, and it's loud thumping hip-hop music, you know, and it's quite intense and it keeps us up all night long. And once that happens, I'm dead. Not that that's unusual for goth, but you know, I'm pretty much out of it the next day. And sometimes I have to, like, the next day go and take my dad. One time when they did that, my dad had a 10 a.m. Doctor's appointment that I had to take him to. So they were like up till 9 a.m. and then I had an hour, you know, to get to the appointment with my dad. It was pretty bad. Plus, you know, I live right next to an elevated 1 train. Right now it's pretty quiet. I thank goodness, you know, because it's a Sunday, so trains don't pass often, and I'm wondering if they're fixing the tracks and that's why there hasn't been hardly any noises out there. There goes the train, but it's not too bad. So that said, I apologize, and I apologize for keeping away. We did all of our Cyber Monday shopping on the internet on Cyber Monday, you know, the Monday after Thanksgiving here in the US, and we pretty much had everything set, but some of the gifts never arrived. So we've been going back out in the streets, shopping, spending the double amount of their money to go make up for the gifts that has yet to arrive. But I forced myself today. I was like, no, I am going to record today, no matter what, no ifs, ands, or buts. The last video I did was I asked people to ask me some questions so that I can answer. And unfortunately that was an utter failure. I asked on Facebook, I asked on Twitter, I asked on YouTube, and I asked on the Gothic Amino. And the only people that answered were on YouTube. And they were good answers. Some of them were very good answers. None of them were goth related. That's okay. I'm still going to answer the good answers that I really did like, that was YouTube related. But I decided I'm going to add something new to it. That is my and then some. I'm going to answer some questions that some baby bats have been asking on Gothic Amino on their own personal pages. I won't mention any names, but these questions are asked so often that I felt compelled to answer them. Sometimes I do. I answer their questions on their pages, but I figured it might be a good idea to do it on my channel here as well. And they're very good questions. Some of them are very fair and very good questions, and some are just, you know, they obviously don't know the subculture well enough yet, which is okay. We all have our first. I sure heck did have my first, and I'm still learning. I personally am still learning. And so I figured this might help, you know, answer those queries. But I figured that while I'm doing that, I might as well do this. This is going to be my Gothic Christmas tree. I have a regular, real-life Christmas tree off to the corner. I'm in my living room at the moment. You can't see it because I've got everything. I put up my backdrop and everything and stuff like that. I live with my father and my brother, and they're not goths. And especially not my dad. He's very much a traditionalist. We're all American Dominicans. My dad's pure Dominican. And he's very old-fashioned, and he had been asking me to put up the Christmas tree before Thanksgiving, which is not, well, some people like to do that. I hate those people. It drives me crazy. Christmas before Thanksgiving, which is usually Thanksgiving is at the end of November. It drives me nuts. You know, sometimes I see my Facebook friends and they're setting up their Christmas tree in October. I'm like, no, too soon. It's not Halloween yet. Stop it. Stop. So I went out after Christmas and got a living tree. You know, well, it's not living. It's been cut, you know. And I set it up, I decorated it, put the star on top, got the lights on, and all the ornaments and whatnot, and the little nativity scene on the very bottom. So that's off in the corner on one side of my living room. But I have been dying to have my own personal Gothic Christmas tree for ages now. I was going to buy a black tree, but I just never got around to it. Then I went over at Target here in New York. And they were selling these small trees. They have them in white, as you can see here. They have them in silver and in gold, and they were only $8. And I'm like, you know what? It's time. It's time. I want my own Gothic Christmas tree. I deserve it, damn it. I already put the tree topper. This is a foam skull that my brother got me at a reality TV party that he went to. It was a pilot that they were filming. They were actually filming a pilot for another reality TV show, and it was at a club in Connecticut, and on every table they had these skulls. I think it was around Halloween time one year, and my brother brought me back one. And so what I did was I just poked a hole on the bottom, since it's really actually made out of foam, and just stuck it on the top of this tree. And I thought it was perfect. Instead of a star, I've got my glittery, shiny little skull, my Christmas skull. So I'm going to start decorating. And then I'm also in between, I'm going to start answering questions from YouTube. And after that, I'll start answering queries that were made on Gothic Amino. I went to Party City here in New York and got this boa. I thought it would be good to blacken up the tree by getting a party accessory black boa. I think it'll look nice. It'll also fluff it up and make it more fuller as well. So before I put the lights, I'm going to put this boa on it as well. And I'm going to need my spectacles. Get used to it. I'm a very blind person. I'm as blind as a bat. Yes, I said it. As a bat. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the first question. And these are questions that were made to me on YouTube. And it says, first one is, did you take a long time to gain 1,000 subscribers? Well, depends on the channel. Okay, I have 2 YouTube channels. My first YouTube channel is called Lauren Garcia, my name. I created that channel as a way of supporting a relative who has a YouTube channel as well. And once she started her own channel, I said, well, okay, I'm going to have to get an account so I could subscribe to her and help her out. And for years, I didn't make any videos on it. I think it was only like maybe 2 or 3 years I didn't put up a video until one day I started experimenting with my camera and recorded a New Year's Eve party. And that first video was 5 years ago on my Lauren Garcia channel. Then I started recording myself going to the New York Comic Con here in the city. I'm very much a geek goth. I really love geeky things. So I decided to show my experience, my time at the New York Comic Con, and share it. You know, show you all the fun we have when we head. Show you all the fun that we have when we go over there. That channel is now 1,280 subscribers. You know, but it took 5 years to get there. It took 5 years. Crimson Serenity, this channel, I've only had it for like a year and a half, and it took a year, you know, just a little over a year to reach 1,000 subscribers. Right now, because I've been on a hiatus, I have 1,140 something subscribers now. You know, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am very grateful and very humble and very shocked that it took such little time for this channel to reach what took 5 years in my other channel to reach. So you guys rock. I'm serious. You rock. I love you, baby. I love you. Okay, so I got these lights last year during Halloween, and these are bat-shaped fairy lights. Had to have them because last year I was going to make a Gothic Christmas tree and it never happened, so I just kept them aside, you know, saving them for when I finally do. It says there's a timer off and on. Let's see what timer is like. Oh, it's red. I was expecting it. It does turn purple and blue. And what else? Green. Oh my gosh. I thought it was all one purple color, but no, it's multiple colors. Let's see what happens if I just do. Ah, that's red. That's pure red. Nope, it changes colors as well. Wow. It's adorable. I love it. You can see. Not sure if you were able to see that. It might be too blurry, but it's pretty cool. Let's untie this and hang them up. I bought these other fairy lights as well. I bought these like 3 years ago, and I think I've only used it once. The first fairy lights are just pure white. It doesn't change colors like the bats do. Okay, we've got the lights on. Let's ask the next question. It says, Lauren, what is the key and what do you tell store owners to let you video their store? First, most importantly, ask permission. Okay, you go to store manager. You know, if you don't know who the store manager is, ask the clerk, you know, if there's somebody they could speak to, and ask if it's okay to record. I've actually I've tried recording the Halloween adventure store over in the village, and they said no. They They said no, they do not want to be recorded, and I respected that, and I didn't do it. Okay, you know, it's very important. But I've been very fortunate that the other stores, they said yes, you know. And but they have stipulations. They always say, do not record customers, and do not record the clerks. Most of the time, they just say the clerks, you know, because they want their privacy, and they just, you know, it's their business, you know, it's okay. Yeah. And then I start, you know, I go at it. I start recording as much as I can. And I do it as quick as I can, and I try to stay out of people's way, especially the customers. It's their place, their money that you're interfering with. So try to be very respectful. Try not to be too touchy-feely with too many things. Just out of pure respect, I always try to make sure I buy at least one item, because they're doing me the favor. I'm not doing them the favor. Yeah, they're getting free publicity out of this, but it's more a favor to me than it is to them. So I try to make sure I buy, you know, one item. Their stores are so good that sometimes I buy more than one, you know. And I've gone back several times, you know. I've done Gothic Renaissance and I've done Trash and Vaudeville. Both excellent, wonderful. Alternative subculture themed stores, and I recommend it. I'll put the little card up here so you can check out those videos. So let's continue. Okay, time to put some ornaments up. Alright, I've had these for some time, and these I have silver and blue, but I'm going to use the silver ones only for right now, especially the glittery ones. Get those out. Okay, I put up the glittery silver ones. I've got those at the 99-cent store, really. Then there are these. They're star-shaped. I'm gonna put some of those up. I do have some black ones that I've made. I bought these tiny little Christmas ornaments, and there were only like 3 black ones in the set, which was these cute little glittery ones. You know, I don't know if you can see them. These little cute glittery ones. Not sure if they focus. Oh, I think I hear my brother arriving. He was at rehearsal today. Brother has a band called Forsaken. Hi, Billy. How was rehearsal?
It was fun. Lots of fun.
Fun? Was it good?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Got a lot done?
Yeah. We after a long hiatus, we're definitely coming back strong.
Yes, they were on hiatus for a while. His band's name is Forsaken. That's with 2 K's. And they have a new lead singer now. So I'll put the card up here of his YouTube channel, and I'll put some of his playlists for his band music. So as I was saying, these just have these little tiny glittery black ones, and there were only 3 of them. So what I did was I went to the craft store and I got black paint, and I colored the rest of them. The rest of them were like blue, white, green, I think pink. I'm not sure, I can't remember any longer. So I painted them black, and some of them are just plain black. And what I did was that I also took glitter nail polish. So I took black glitter and put it on this one just to give it a slightly tiny little sheen. And then the other one has a little bit of black and silver, you know, just to give it more glittery to go well with the glitter Christmas ornaments over there. And that was it. You know, I did it while watching, while I was binge watching, you know, some movies on the internet. So let's see how it comes out. So while I put these up, the next question is, How are you able to have two YouTube channels that are so different from each other? Okay, so when I started the Lauren Garcia channel, like I said, I had no intention of putting anything, any videos up. And it was just a, little spur of the moment inspiration to put up what the New Year's Eve parties that I would attend with my relatives. And then it evolved into the New York Comic Con and the Fort Tryon Medieval Festival, and then also reality TV charity events and parties. I put up Survivor parties, and I put up Big Brother parties. We get invited to a lot of Big Brother premiere parties, and so I started recording those and posting them up on that channel as well. Well, it got to the point where I was like, okay, all right, yes, this is my life. This is my life adventures, as I call it, but I don't see anything Gothic in it. And it got to the point where I started realizing that all of my subscribers were not Goths, which is understandable. Most of them are reality TV fans and just fans of New York City and fans of this and that who like to see my videos of what I do here in New York. But I couldn't see how I could involve my Gothic lifestyle into that channel because it was such a separate, different part of it. So I decided, to make a second channel that has to do with my Gothic adventures, with my Gothic lifestyle, with the Gothic subculture that I'm very much involved in now, which I've been involved in for like over a decade now. I think I've always been a Goth, really. I'm what I call a latent Goth, where I became a full Goth late in life during my middle-aged years. I'm 52 years old. And I didn't become a Goth until I was in my early 40s. Not a pure Goth, as I would call it, Goth. But I grew up in the 80s. My teen years was in the 1980s, and what I didn't realize until I became a Goth, that a lot of the stuff that I liked back then were Goth, and I just didn't realize it. Yes, I used to dance to The Cure. Yes, I used to dance to Joy Division. Always loved the Victorian era. There was just a lot of stuff that were called post-punk music. Back in those days, they didn't call it Goth yet. It was called post-punk music, and yeah, I didn't wear black. I wasn't, like I am now, but I did enjoy the music as well as other stuff like Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, Michael Jackson. But I very much enjoyed the new wave stuff, the post-punk music. For some people, they go through a midlife crisis, but for me, it was more like an epiphany. When you stop giving a damn about what other people think and how you should be acting and what your perception of how you should look professionally and how you should be like, and just be you. Just do you. And when I started to do it, I just got happier. You're Goth when you listen to music or see an image or experience something that just makes you go squee, just happy. And it's not the perky, happy pop culture, sweet little bubblegum looking stuff, when it's stuff like, the Addams Family or Tim Burton or Bram Stoker's Dracula, when it's goth music, or anything macabre sounding, even, if it's classical, like Carmina Burana, when you hear O Fortuna or something similar to that, that's when you start to realize who you really are, because that is not mainstream, that is not middle America, that is not quite, what is the popular way of living. When you really get that tickle inside. So I wanted to share that with my with the, you know, people who are like-minded, like me. I wanted to share that part of my lifestyle, which is a very big part of my lifestyle, which I wasn't showing in my other channel. So that's why there are completely two different channels. Where the first one, the Lauren Garcia, is very much about my reality TV, geeky, New York life, and this one, which is my Gothic New York lifestyle, that side of my life, which is very much me. The other one is very much me. It's okay to have, you know, different sides to your personality. But I wanted to show myself in general, show myself completely, while still, how should I put it? While still making others comfortable of what they're seeing. I didn't want to scare my subscribers from my first channel away. Or I better yet, more like I had that fear more of what, if I start showing that to them, they'll be like, what the heck is this? What? You know, I came here to see a Survivor party or a Big Brother party and I get this. What is this? What is this? So instead of trying to explain over and over and over again what goth is, I decided just to make a separate channel, you know. And to my surprise, a lot of my subscribers from my first channel wind up subscribing themselves to Crimson Serenity, and they're okay with it. They're okay. They haven't been asking too much questions. Sometimes they do, but it's very innocent, very, you know, it's fine. Don't feel upset about it or anything like that, you know. It's quite okay. They seem to like it. They seem to like it. So let's see how far it goes. You know, so far so good. So I don't know. I have these black leaves that I use for millinery. I've made these headbands with feathers and these black leaves. I think maybe I'll stick them into the tree as well. Quite nice little black satin leaves. They're quite pretty. If you could see them. Yeah, that actually came out nice. I kind of like the black wired satin leaves. Now I completely forgot these things. I think I will. Let's try to see how they're actually black beaded necklaces that I got at Party City, and I want to use them as garlands as well. So let's see how they work out. Okay, pretty. I'm going to cut them in half and string them around like garland. So I completely forgot about the best part of this tree aside from the skull, the tree topper skull. I bought these at Target. Crucifix ornaments. Fell madly in love with them. Silver crucifix ornaments with a little bit of glitter down the center. Here, if you can see these. There you go. Here's a better close-up look. Very pretty, isn't it? Fell in love with them when I saw them. That's it. $3 at Target. Woohoo! I also added this hair bow that I bought at Party City as well. It's this black hair bow. It's quite nice. Very pretty. See it? I thought it would look very dapper underneath the skull's head. There you go. It does have a clip on the back, but it seems to be staying up well right there. I have to unpack every single one of these, so bear with me. But while we're at it, let's answer the next question. Okay. It says, how do you produce such professional videos? Do you use a professional camera? Well, I don't do professional videos. And in my opinion, they're not professional videos. I've seen far better on YouTube. I use the Filmora editing program. They're not bad. Plus, as for the camera, I use a Canon Rebel T3 that my brother got me last year for Christmas, and I'm so happy with it. I'm still learning it. I'm still learning all these little tricks. There's a lot of stuff that goes with the camera, and that does that has, you know, these things that this camera does, but I haven't learned it all yet. So the next question is, where do you and how do you get ideas for your videos? That's not a bad question. I literally write them all down as I get ideas for them. I just get my journal, you know, this little calendar journal that I have, and I start writing ideas down onto them. And I just keep writing. I don't get to do everything that's on there, but eventually sometimes I do. Like I still haven't done the cloisters. I want to film the cloisters. I want to go to the cloisters, and I want to go to the Edgar Allan Poe cottage up in the Bronx here in New York City. I want to film that. I've already done St. Patrick's Cathedral, but there is a St. Patrick's Basilica, and that basilica has catacombs in it. I don't know if I will be allowed to film in there, but I still would want to go, you know. I mean, that sounds pretty cool, you know, the catacombs. There's also this great website called Myuu Goth City, run by Sir William Wells. Worth checking out for anybody who lives in the city. And it has a huge list of Gothic things to do here in the Big Apple. So I get ideas from there. I get ideas from, sometimes it's just me walking the city, you know. Sometimes I see something and I'm like, oh my god, that is so cool, let me film it. So yeah, sometimes it's just serendipitous moments. Other times it's doing the homework, looking for places online to visit. Sometimes it's watching other YouTube channels. With this situation, I've been wanting to do a Gothic tree for a long time, and I've been wanting to do Q&A. So here we are, doing the two together. Okay, so there you have it, our Gothic Christmas tree. Full of bat fairy lights, glittery silver skull, satin wired black leaves, black ornaments, silver glittery ornaments, silver glittery stars and the regular thing, and glittery crucifixes, silver crucifixes with red ribbons to hang them up with. Oh, and the black boa underneath as well. Plus some plastic black necklaces, beaded necklaces, to use as garland. What do you think? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Came out better than what I expected. Thought it was going to be too plain. I don't think so. Next year, black tree. That for sure. So let's finish up these questions now. There was this one odd question, but what the heck. Do you like Motown music? Well, I definitely used to listen to it a lot, and sometimes, you know, I do. You know, goths are allowed to listen to other music as well. What constitutes as being a goth is that you have to love Gothic music, and then that's it. And when I mean that's it, I mean, it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with what you wear. Nothing to do with what you believe when it comes to politics. Nothing to do with your ethnicity or color of your skin. You just have to like goth music. But you are allowed to like other musics as well. So yes, I do still listen to other music, and once in a while, if I happen to hear it, I will listen to it. Motown song, So it's not a bad thing, The last question is, how do you make videos that people like? Okay, it's a crapshoot. I do videos that I like. And so I have no idea whether someone will like it or not. I do watch YouTube a lot, so I get an idea of what other people might like by seeing how many views they have. But I try to be myself. I try to be independent. I try to make my channel as different as possible. Which is why I don't do very many vlog videos. Why don't do this face-to-face speaking in front of the camera. One thing is because I don't like the way I look like when I talk. I am my own worst enemy, and the sight of my mouth moving up and down, and my big buck teeth with my gappy side down there, it makes me cringe. But I'm trying to get over myself and trying to like myself as I am, no matter what, and make no apologies for it. So I'm trying to do things like this a little bit more often, but at the same time I don't want to be like everybody else. So I still continue to do the New York City Gothic scenes. I still continue to look around and see what's the sort of stuff that I would like, that I like as a goth. So I have no clue if anybody else would like it. The only way I know is by the views and the likes. And the subscriptions. So far, some people, even non-goths, seem to be liking it. So let's see if I can continue the work as is, or perhaps if an epiphany comes to my brain one day, maybe even improve upon it. Maybe even figure it out someday how to make it even better. Not just for me, but for you guys, because you're worth it. You've supported me throughout the years with my first channel, and now you've been supporting me throughout this year with this channel. And even for you newbies, I want to do it for you guys too as well. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. One last thing now, the and then some, which is answering questions from the Gothic Amino website. It's not a website really, it's an app actually for goths, and there are some people who have questions about the Gothic subculture there. Young people, which we refer to as baby bats. Baby bats are brand new people who are new to the Gothic subculture. They usually are teenagers, but baby bats can be fully grown adults as well. Anybody who's never been a goth before, who is pretty much new to the scene and are very much interested in the lifestyle and in the music. And so they've always seemed to be putting up these questions on the Gothic Amino pages, and many of us have tried to answer them to the best of our ability. It's better to ask than to make false assumptions. It really is. So go ahead, ask. It's okay. There's always somebody out there who is more than happy to help you out. So one of the questions is like, what is goth? Okay. Goth can be many things, alright? But it's basically a music lifestyle. Just like people who are fans of country music, they they love country music to the point that they'll even dress country. They might wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots and wear a lot of denim, but they can wear anything they want. They just really love the country music. Goths are the same thing. The only difference is the type of music we listen to, which is goth music. there are many genres of goth music. There is your traditional music, which is your post-punk music, which was from around the 80s. And then there are some people say that industrial music is goth. I say it is, but some people say it's not. You have your Gothic cabaret music. You have your Gothic metal music. You have your death rock music. There's many different types of music that is in the goth genre. But basically, that's what it is. That's what it basically is, and only is that, is the love of goth music. Is what makes you goth. The other stuff, the clothing, you know, like I said with country people, people who love country music, they like the cowboy hats and the cowboy boots and lots of denims. We goth tend to like, you know, lace-up boots, black top hats, you know, or berets with bats like I do. And lots and lots of black clothing, which incidentally is not always true. Goths can't do, and many do, wear color. You know, many, you can wear color, and many do wear color. You can wear any color you want to, you know. But a lot of people who wear a lot of colors will wear something that has some sort of gothic aesthetic to it, whether it's skulls or bats or, you know, black cats or whatnot. But that's just an extra added thing. That's not what makes you goth. It's like I said, it's just about the music. It has nothing to do with religion. You could be of any religion, or you could be of no religion whatsoever. You can have any political affiliation. You could be of any ethnicity. I myself am Dominican American. My parents were born in Dominican Republic. And you could be of any skin color. You could be black. You could be black African. You could be Native American Indian. You could be from the Middle East. You can be Asian. You could be anything. Anything. And it doesn't matter. That's not what makes you goth, the color of your skin. What makes you goth is the love of the music. It's all about the music and nothing else. Now this is a question that has been quite controversial within the goth community lately. And it's, can you be a goth and not like goth music? Years ago I used to wonder about that, and I used to ask myself the question, am I really goth? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Bauhaus. I'm not so sure about it. Am I goth really? You know, I love the clothing and stuff like that, but am I goth? That's when I start to ask myself the question. I start to look back in my history and pay attention to what is it that I really like. The more I research it, what really helps is researching it, researching the music, and the more I researched it, the more I realized, oh my God, I am goth. I used to dance to The Cure, and I still love The Cure. I used to dance to the Joy Division, and I still love Joy Division. Plus, I like Gothic cabaret music as well. I love, you know, symphonic metal. That's considered, to some people, it's considered goth. You know, it's just, there's just several things about the music that I actually do like. And honestly, the more I listen to Bauhaus, the more it's starting to grow on me. I mean, I'm still not there, which is okay. If you don't like Bauhaus, you don't have to. But there's so many other types of goth music. And what makes you goth is really just like what makes a person heavy metal, you know, is the love of heavy metal. What makes a person country is the love of country music. What makes a person hip-hop is the love of hip-hop music. It's about the music. It's about the love of goth music. So I really don't see how you could be goth and not like goth music. That's my personal opinion. You could argue about it all you want, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion. It just is what it is. Sorry. I mean, you're allowed to like the aesthetic. You're allowed to love the clothes. You're allowed to love the books and the movies. It's okay. I mean, there are a lot of mainstream artists who loves to dress up goth, but they make pop music. You know, I mean, Billie Eilish is one of them, and she's not goth, and she doesn't pretend to be goth, but she respects it. She respects she loves the aesthetic of it. She makes no apologies for it, you know. She does what she likes to do, which is what you should do. Just be you. So it's okay if you're, you know, but that doesn't make you goth if you just happen to love the look. You have to like the music. Can you be a goth and not like the look? Yeah, you could, you know, wear pink clothing. A lot of goths do, you know. You could wear denim. A lot of goths do. You know, you don't have to wear the bats and the skulls and all that stuff. It's okay. You're a goth if you love the music. The other question is, can you have other interests as well and still be a goth? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, you're human. Man cannot live on bread alone. It's alright. It's alright, you know? I have loads of other interests that has nothing to do with goth. Like I said before, my brother's a former Survivor contestant, you know? And so reality TV is very much part of my life, as well as the Gothic subculture scene. I love it. I love it. Do I think I'm any less of a goth because I love that sort of stuff? No. No. I don't at all. Not whatsoever. It's okay to be interested in other things. I love Harry Potter. Okay, you know, I do. I love Doctor Who. I love Game of Thrones. I love, you know, Star Wars, especially the Mandalorian, you know, TV series. I'm gaga about the Baby Yoda, you know. It's okay. It's okay, you know. And like I said, I love going to the New York Comic Con. I dress up as Professor McGonagall every year, you know. I love attending it. I go nuts doing all those things, you know. I'm an overgrown kid, and I refuse to stop being one. You know, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. So I'm going to try really hard to keep on uploading videos on a regular basis. I'll try not to get in another horrible hiatus again. Hope that won't happen ever again. From now on, you know, if all goes well, there'll be a new video either every month or twice a month. Well, hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you're Jewish, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. And I hope you'll have a very joyous and prosperous New Year. Happy Gothmas and Happy Batmas. I love my little bat lights. Oh, they're so adorable. So cute. Thank you for watching Crimson Serenity, and if you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe, like, and while you're at it, ring the notification bell down below. See you next time. Adieu, adios, au revoir, and goodbye.